This shot in pickleball is massively undervalued, and I'm talking about the return of serve. The reality is, if you hit a really good return of serve, it will give your team a massive advantage to win the rally. So in this video, we're gonna give you tips to execute a really good return of serve, as well as a drill to help you practice.
And be sure not to click away, because at the end of this video, we're giving away $1,000 of Selkirk store credit, split evenly between 5 lucky winners. Stay tuned to the end of the video to figure out how to enter.
The return of serve is the shot that happens directly after the serve. So it's going to be at whoever is standing diagonal from the server on the other side. That being said, there's not a lot positionally that you need to keep in mind, but I will say this, you really should give yourself room on this baseline in order to return that serve. Because with that, there's only one rule with this shot, and it's that you have to let it bounce. So that's why you really want to make sure you give yourself some margin here at the baseline, just in case they serve a really deep ball, you're not jammed up when hitting your return.
So now we're gonna go over a few tips that are really going to improve your return. The first tip that we're gonna go over is you really wanna focus on getting that return deep. A lot of people will ask me, is it better to have kind of a slow, loopy, deep return, or is it better to have a short and fast return? And I would always, 10 times out of 10, pick the deep return. No matter the pace, putting your opponents back on their baseline is going to make that third shot harder for them and give you an advantage.
This next tip is really going to help the trajectory of your ball, and it's making sure that you're hitting the return of serve on your front foot. A mistake I often see is people will hit the return and they're on their back foot. What this does is it causes your momentum to take you back. All of a sudden, you're popping your return up really high. So it's really important that you give yourself this margin at the baseline and step into your shot and finish with your weight on your front leg.
So our next tip is that when we're hitting that return of serve, we really want to use our lower extremities and our core to generate power instead of that upper body. So a great thing you could think about is taking that paddle side hip and really driving through the ball, almost like you're creating momentum with that backside hip. And it's gonna carry you forward as you swing.
The next tip is all about your follow through. A lot of the times I'll see the mistake that people are shortening up their follow through. It's like they're not hitting through their ball, which can cause a lot of shorter returns. Again, our goal here is to hit a really deep return. So imagine like you're hitting 2 or 3 balls ahead of where you're actually going. That's gonna help you create a better follow through for a good return.
So our final tip is to make sure you use this shot to your advantage by following your return into the kitchen line. I see a lot of players, especially those that come from a tennis background, they're very comfortable just swinging and staying back or watching that ball. But remember, in pickleball, we want to put pressure on our opponents as they're hitting their third shot. So it's more advantageous to hit that shot and let your momentum take you on into the kitchen line.
So this drill is really gonna help you practice hitting a deep return. So the setup is you're gonna take one side of the court and split it into 3 different sections. There's gonna be a section from the kitchen to the first cone, that's 1 point. That middle section is 2 points, and the farthest section from the baseline is 3 points. The goal is, if you're the person hitting the returns, you want to collect the most amount of points, meaning hitting the deepest returns. You're going to hit 10 serves from each side. So I'll be hitting 10 returns from the right side, 10 returns from the left side, seeing how many points that I can collect. Then your partner is going to go and you're going to see who has the most points. So this is what it's going to look like. So that was 3 points since I got it in the furthest section. And that was out, so I don't get any points for that. It's also really important that you are making sure that you're running up to the kitchen line right after you hit it, so you're practicing, again, not staying back on that return. I got 2 points on that one. And 3 points on that. And we just go and we practice both serves from the right side and then the left side. So once you hit 10 serves from one side, you go ahead and switch to the other. That was 2. So as you can see, you really want to make sure that you're hitting those deep returns, because that's what's going to give you the most advantage and the most points for the game. Thanks so much for watching this video. Make sure that you like and subscribe to the PlayPickleball.com YouTube channel. And if you have any suggestions for future videos, leave them in the comments below.
And as we mentioned before, we're giving away $1,000 worth of Selkirk store credit, split evenly between 5 lucky winners. To enter the contest, click this link, or you can find this link in the description below.
And don't click away, because we have another video coming your way.